Welcome to my channel. Have you ever wondered who among the greatest wizards of the wizarding world possessed the most remarkable magical abilities? In today's video, you will learn why Severus Snape was stronger than both Voldemort and Dumbledore in certain areas of magic. Severus Snape is one of the most memorable, controversial, and tragic characters in the entire Harry Potter saga. For most of the series, he was seen as an antagonist, if not the main villain, then certainly an unpleasant figure. But in the end, the truth about his past changed everything. What once seemed like cruelty and vengeance turned out to be love and devotion. What appeared as coldness and disdain was in fact a deep sense of duty and sacrifice. Some even called Snape a coward, but few characters demonstrated more bravery than he did. Deceiving the most dangerous dark wizard of all time for years, how many could have done that? Yet, despite all of this, Snape's incredible magical abilities are often overlooked. And that's a mistake. He was not just a skilled wizard, he was a genius in multiple fields of magic. Let's dive into what made Severus Snape one of the greatest wizards of his time. Severus Snape was born into a troubled family. His mother was a witch, his father a muggle, and their home life was filled with tension. From a young age, Snape was reserved and introverted, struggling with insecurities and poverty, but he was also brilliant. Even before attending Hogwarts, he formed a close bond with Lily Evans, the future mother of Harry Potter. Their friendship, however, was tested when they were sorted into different houses, Snape into Slytherin and Lily into Gryffindor. Despite his love for Lily, Snape gravitated toward a group of Slytherins who later became Death Eaters. He never truly fit in, yet he remained loyal to Voldemort until the Dark Lord made one fatal mistake. When Voldemort killed Lily, Snape was devastated. In her memory, he secretly allied with Dumbledore, dedicating his life to protecting Harry, even if it meant acting as a double agent for both sides. His final moments were spent ensuring Harry had everything he needed to defeat Voldemort once and for all. But what truly set Snape apart was his mastery of magic. He was not just an exceptional wizard, he was a prodigy. As a student, he was already inventing his own spells, something no other Hogwarts student had ever done. His skill in potions was unmatched, surpassing even the most talented alchemists. He was a formidable duelist, a master of dark arts, and a true expert in magical defenses. Snape's knowledge of the dark arts was deeper than even Dumbledore's. The headmaster often sought his counsel on the subject, recognizing Snape's unparalleled expertise. But what made Snape even more impressive was his ability to counter dark magic. No one in Hogwarts history taught defense against the dark arts as effectively as he did. When it came to curses, Snape was in a league of his own. He was the only wizard capable of delaying Dumbledore's death after the headmaster was struck by a deadly curse from Voldemort's Horcrux. He was also the only one who could neutralize the powerful curse placed on Katie Bell. And then there was occlumency, the ability to shield one's mind from intrusion. Voldemort was a master of legilimency, the art of reading minds, but Snape outclassed even him in mental defenses. The Dark Lord, despite his immense power, never once saw through Snape's deception. For years, Snape stood before Voldemort, lied to his face, and never got caught. That alone makes him one of the most skilled wizards of all time. In the end, Snape surpassed Dumbledore in at least 2 fields of magic and outmatched Voldemort in one. That alone secures his place as one of the greatest wizards in history. Severus Snape's brilliance was not just in his knowledge, but in the way he applied it. He wasn't just someone who studied magic, he understood it on a level few could. Every spell, every potion, every charm had a purpose in his mind. He didn't simply follow instructions from a book, he refined and improved them. Even his potions' work was beyond anything Hogwarts had seen in generations. His adjustments to standard recipes made them more efficient, more powerful, and sometimes even changed their entire nature. This level of ingenuity was what made Snape such an exceptional wizard. It wasn't just that he was good at magic, it was that he could manipulate it, shape it, and bend it to his will. When he was just a student, he was already creating his own spells. The most famous of these was Sectum Sempra, a curse so deadly and precise that it acted like an invisible sword, slashing enemies with surgical accuracy. But that wasn't his only creation. The Levicorpus spell, which lifted people into the air by their ankles, became so widespread that even non-Slytherins picked it up, completely unaware that Snape was the one who invented it. What made this all the more impressive was that he developed these spells as a teenager. While most students struggled with basic charms, Snape was already experimenting with magic that rivaled the work of professional wizards. He understood the inner mechanics of spells and could adjust them as needed. This ability to modify existing magic made him not just a powerful wizard, but a dangerously unpredictable one. No one ever truly knew what he was capable of, because he was always one step ahead. His dueling skills were another overlooked strength. While he may not have been as flashy as Dumbledore or as aggressive as Voldemort, he was precise and efficient. He never wasted movement. Every spell he cast had a purpose. Even in battle, he was calculating. He didn't just rely on brute force, but used his intelligence to outmaneuver opponents. This was evident in his final duel with Professor McGonagall. He didn't truly fight her, he deflected her attacks, strategically retreating rather than engaging in a pointless battle. Some mistook this as cowardice, but it was actually a sign of his intelligence. He had no reason to fight McGonagall, and he wasn't about to waste time in a conflict that didn't serve his ultimate goal. His mastery of occlumency was perhaps his greatest weapon. Voldemort was known for his ability to read minds, to see through deception, and to manipulate those around him. But Snape was the only person who ever truly fooled him. The Dark Lord trusted him, confided in him, and never once suspected that Snape was working against him. That level of deception required an almost inhuman level of self-control. It wasn't just about blocking someone from reading his thoughts. It was about creating an entirely different mental landscape, one so convincing that even the most skilled legilimens would see only what Snape wanted them to see. The level of discipline this required was staggering. Most wizards couldn't maintain occlumency under normal circumstances, let alone while standing in front of the most dangerous dark wizard of all time. Yet Snape did it for years, constantly feeding Voldemort false information, steering him in the wrong direction and ensuring that the real plans of the Order of the Phoenix remained hidden. It was a high-risk game, one that could have cost him his life at any moment, but he never faltered. He played his role perfectly, sacrificing his own reputation to ensure that Harry had the best possible chance of survival. Despite his cold exterior, Snape's actions were driven by something deeply human: love. It was love that made him turn against Voldemort. It was love that made him protect Harry, even though he personally disliked him. And it was love that made him willingly walk into danger time and time again, knowing that he would never receive any recognition for it. He never asked for gratitude, never tried to clear his name. He accepted his role as the villain because he knew that was what the world needed him to be. And in the end, that's what makes Snape truly remarkable. He wasn't just powerful, he wasn't just intelligent, he was selfless in a way that few other characters were. He knew he would never be remembered as a hero, but he did what had to be done anyway. That kind of strength, the strength to endure hatred, to suffer in silence, and to never once seek personal gain, is what truly sets him apart. It is easy to admire the obvious heroes, the ones who stand in the light and fight openly. But Snape's heroism was different. It was quiet, hidden, and misunderstood. He didn't have the luxury of being loved. He didn't have the freedom to be openly good. Every action he took was shrouded in secrecy. Every choice he made came at a personal cost. Yet he did it anyway. This is why Severus Snape deserves recognition not just as one of the most powerful wizards of his time, but as one of the bravest. His mastery of magic was undeniable. His intelligence was unmatched. But it was his strength of character, his ability to endure, to sacrifice, and to stay true to his mission, that truly made him one of the greatest. Snape was stronger than Dumbledore in his knowledge of the dark arts and his skill in countering them. He was stronger than Voldemort in occlumency, fooling the most powerful legilimens the world had ever seen. But more importantly, he was stronger in a way that neither of them could ever be. He was stronger in his ability to love, even when it brought him nothing but pain. He was stronger in his ability to stay the course, even when he was hated by both sides. He was stronger because, in the end, he did what was right, not for glory, not for recognition, but because it was the only way to honor the one person he had ever truly loved. And that is what makes Severus Snape one of the most extraordinary wizards in the history of the wizarding world.